Good morning, villagers, and today is Fun Friday. So for Fun Friday, I get to teach you all a fun activity that you can do that helps you practice some of the skills that we've learned for reading. So I decided to do this activity outdoors today, but you can actually do the activity anywhere. This can be an indoor activity. This can be an outdoor activity. For this activity, what I did was I took cards and I wrote the name of different words that we've learned on the cards. So for this activity, we're going to read the word and then we're going to do a little doodle or drawing to show how we can show that we know what the word is. Okay. So my supplies, I have some markers. I've already written the names of words that we've learned. Take a look at this first word. Now remember, in order to read multi-syllable words, we have to identify our vowels and then separate the consonants in between the vowels. So here's one vowel, here's another vowel, and there are two consonants in between it. So I know that this will be my first syllable and this will be my second syllable. So my first syllable is mit. My second syllable is tin. Mitten. Okay. So now I'm going to draw a mitten. So parents, this is a fun activity that you can do with your kids just to get them to practice some of the words they've learned. The next one, I'm going to identify my vowels. I have a vowel right here, and I have a vowel right here. And there's one consonant in between. So what I'm going to do is bring this consonant into, close the first syllable. So there's my first syllable, and this is my second syllable. My first syllable is X. My second syllable is it, exit. Okay, so I'm going to draw someone leaving out the door. Exit. So again, I'm going to identify my vowels. I have a vowel right here. I have another vowel right here. And I have two consonants in between my vowel. So I'm going to separate it right here. So my first syllable is com. My second syllable is bat. Combat. So combat means to fight. So I'm going to draw, I think I'm going to draw a sword fight. On guard. Combat. So you try to break this word up. First, you will identify the vowels. Then you're going to look in between those vowels and see where your consonants are to see where you can divide. Then you'll read the first syllable, and then you'll read the second syllable. So let's try it together. Here are my vowels. In between the vowels, I have two consonants. So I'm just going to split those consonants. This consonant's going to go in my first syllable, and this consonant's going to go with my second syllable. My first syllable is cob. My second syllable is web. My word is cobweb. All right, so I'm just going to draw a little web here. My cobweb, usually I see cobwebs in the corners of rooms. So here's my room. That's the ceiling of the room, and there's a cobweb in there. For this one, you have to identify your vowels. Then with your vowel, you see that there is one consonant in between it. What are you going to do with that consonant? Which syllable is that consonant going to go into? And then you need to read each syllable. So there's something interesting about this syllable, and it's what we learned yesterday. In this syllable, there's something that we learned that's called the schwa sound. So let's try this. We have our vowels. We have one consonant. So we know we're going to close in the first syllable with that consonant. So we have sev. But what I notice about the second syllable is it says n, seven. We all know that that is not the correct way that you pronounce the word seven. It's not seven. So, because we noticed that seven sounds weird, let's try the schwa sound. And so we know that the schwa sound sounds almost like a U. So, seven. Let's try another one that has a schwa sound for the vowel. All right. So first, you're going to identify your vowel. Your vowels. Identify your vowels. Identify your consonant and figure out which syllable you're going to put the consonant with. And then read each syllable. So I've identified my vowels. I have an A here and I have an O here. I do have one consonant in between the A and the O, so I'm going to close in the first syllable with the consonant G. So my first syllable is wag. So I noticed that with O-N, if I were to say it the way it sounds, wag on. That doesn't sound right, so I'm going to try a schwa sound. Wag on, wagon, wagon. So when you're reading, sometimes you have to make decisions about what the sounds will sound like based on some of the things that you've learned. And so we already know that wag on is not really a word, but if we tried it with the schwa, wagon, we know that that's a word. So let me draw a wagon. All right, so that's my wagon. And I forgot to do one for seven. Let's see. Let's draw my seven. There we go. Seven. Wagon. Okay, so let's try this one. I need you to identify your vowels. Look in between the vowels and you'll see the consonants. Decide how you're going to separate the consonants. Read the first syllable. And then read the second syllable and read it all together. Let's try it. So I'm going to identify my vowels. I see an A and I see a U. Then in between the vowel, I see that there are two consonants. I'm just going to put one consonant with the first syllable and the other consonant with the second syllable. So my first syllable is cac. My second syllable is tus. Cactus. So let me draw a cactus. I've never been to a place that has cactuses. Where do you find cactus? If you said the desert, you're right. A lot of times you find cactus in the desert. All right, so let's try this one. All right, so first you identify your vowels. Look in between your vowels and find your consonants. Decide how you're going to divide the consonants and which syllable those consonants will go in. Read your first syllable, then read your second syllable, and read it all together. Here are my vowels. I see that there are two consonants in between the vowels. Because there are two consonants, I'm going to put one in the first syllable and the other one in the second syllable. My first syllable is rab. My second syllable is bit. Rabbit. So let me draw a rabbit. That's an ugly rabbit, but hey, it's okay. So I bet for this one, you probably don't have to break it up. You've probably seen this word a million times. But let's go through the procedure so that we can practice the procedure of breaking up words into syllables. So first, you will identify your vowels. Look in between the vowels and see the consonants. Read your first syllable. Read your second syllable. Then read the whole word together. All right. So I see I have a vowel here. I have a vowel here. There are two consonants in between the vowel. I'm going to split those consonants up and put this consonant in the first syllable and this consonant in the second syllable. My first syllable is bat. My second syllable is man. Batman. Batman. So for this, I think I'm just going to draw the Batman logo. All right, Batman. Also, I want you to notice that the B is capitalized because this is a noun. It's a proper noun. It's the name. It's a name. So Batman should have a capital. So let's try this one. Identify your vowels. Look in between your vowels and identify how you're going to separate your consonants. Read the first syllable, then read the second syllable, then read it all together. Here are my vowels, U and E. In between the vowel, I have two consonants, P and S. I'm going to split those consonants. I'm going to put the P with the first syllable, the S with the second syllable. My first syllable is up. My second syllable is set. Upset. All right, so upset. I'm just going to draw someone that's sad. All right, so thank you for joining me this morning. So parents, you can create these cards for your kids to practice. I'll post the cards that I created on my page, and you can create it yourself and have your kids draw the pictures, and you guys can do it anywhere. You can do it in the house, do it outside. You could do it anywhere. All right. Bye, villagers. I'll see you next week. Have a good weekend.